Hey guys, welcome back to the next episode. So today we've got a couple new mods I want to introduce. The first one being the create enchantment industry, and the second being Chunkloaders. So the create enchantment industry we're probably not going to get into today, but yeah, we did get it installed, and we'll probably be getting into it a little later. But for today's episode, I really want to get into the other mod, which is going to be Chunkloaders. So we're coming into an interesting problem here, and that's that half of our colony isn't loaded, at least when we're in the castle. So everything over here tends to come to a standstill when it comes to like working the farms and building the buildings when we're all the way over there at the castle. And that's just because it's out of loading distance and the colony doesn't keep everything loaded all the time. Like, it took forever to get this thing built, but yeah, we finally got our level 3 mystic site. Looking pretty snazzy in here. But anyway, it becomes a problem, and I do have my camera account that kind of watches over everything to keep things loaded, but it's not always the best way to keep things I don't always have it going. That's the problem. And the same thing goes vice versa. When we're standing way over here, our castle isn't loaded, so that means our iron farm and our cobble farm aren't working, or our sheep aren't getting sheared and stuff like that. So now the chunk loaders, they have like 1, 2, 3 different styles. So yeah, it's a little bit of an expensive recipe, but it's super worth it. Basically what you do is you plop one of these things down and it's going to load a 7x7 chunk area around it. Which means we're going to have to map out our entire colony and figure out all the chunks. So I've got chunks shown right here. So let's say we're to plop one of the big chunk loaders down in this chunk here. It's going to load a 3x3x3x3 area to make a 7x7. So let's see, if we were to put one here, it'll go 1, 2, and 3. So it'll load up to here. And then it'll load 1, 2, 3 up to here. So that's a pretty good area. That's not too bad. But yeah, we have to grid these chunk loaders all the way around our colony to keep everything loaded, as well as inside the base too. I was mapping it out, so if I was to put a chunk loader right here in the middle, maybe I could probably come up here. So it doesn't matter if you put them high on the world or low on the world. They will keep loading everything above and below. So if I was to stick one like up here at a site, it's going to load up, let's see, 1, 2, 3. So yeah, it's going to load bigger than our factory. And then how many is 3 this way? 1, 2, 3. It's going to load all the way out to here. So that's more than enough for our factory. And we'll probably have to kind of grid them around. But yeah, I figured if I put one like right here, that can keep our wool farm loaded, keep our villagers loaded. I don't know why I need the villagers loaded, but maybe just for the breeding. But that's about, yeah. So chunk loaders just need to go everywhere. We need to dot them everywhere. Alright, so I've done some trading with some villagers to get some ender pearls because I'm not very good at fighting endermen. So, you know what, I'm going to stick them in here. Now, the other thing we're going to need, because we're going to go for the big chunk loader, the ultimate one. That's going to require Eyes of Ender, which are going to take blaze powder and diamonds. We're good on the diamonds. We're good on the redstone. Now, in order to make that, we're going to need the advanced chunk loader, which in order to make that, you're going to need gold and blaze powder. So, blaze powder, I do not have. I mean, I think I only have... There it is. Oof, yeah. Not much. Now, I gotta remember, once I get those blaze rods, I have to put them through the grinder, because if you put them through the grinder, the crushing wheel, whatever it's called, it's going to give you a higher return. So if you were to take 1 blaze rod, you're going to get 2 blaze powders back. But if you stick it through the crushing wheel, you're going to get 3 with a 25% chance for 3 more. So that's a good thing. I mean, the create mod, always better returns with the create mod. Alrighty, looks like a trip to the Nether and doing our favorite thing, and that's grinding blazes. Eesh. I should at least get a sword for this one. Alright, let's go. Okie dokie, resources acquired. Okay, let's get started on a few things here. I'm probably gonna get, yeah, let's get 16 of those. Okay, here's the basic chunk loader. I guess I could start out with 16 of that. Let's get, I'm gonna go with 8 of that. And then let's get 8 of that. Yeah, let's start out with 8 of these. I've got some left over. You know what, I'm gonna do, yeah, why not? Let's get 8 of those. Okay, we got lots and lots of chunk loaders. Okay, lots of resources left over too. I've still got 6 ender pearls left. I've been just getting the ender pearls by trading, so just gotta wait a day between each one of my trades. Okay, let's try this out. Alrighty, like I said, I'm going to put my first one up here. Now, if we hit F3 and G, we can bring up our chunks. It doesn't matter where in the chunk that you put it. I could put it all the way in this corner or over here or anywhere within this box of the chunk boundaries. And it'll load the entire chunks plus 3 chunks that way, 3 chunks that way, 3 chunks that way, and 3 chunks that way. So I'm going to put it, let's just put it kind of out of the way. Let's put it right here. Okay, so these things are pretty cool. When you right click on them, they will tell you what you are loading. So it's basically loading this part of the mountain. It's obviously a sky view. 1, 2, 3. Can I? No, I can't load more. So I can also deselect if I... Oh, I see. I see. You have to select which chunks you want to load. Okay, I want to load everything. Let's load all this. And of course, if you don't want to load something, you can just deselect it. Alright, so it's going to load all 49 chunks around here, around this central point, which is what I'm standing at. Okay, I'm at the next area that I want to load. So if we go into Freecam here, this is the chunk that I believe I'm going to put my chunk loader at. So if we count back 1, 2, and 3, okay, that's what that chunk loader is going to load. And then our existing chunk loader is going to load 1, 2, 3, plus the chunk that it's currently at. So our other chunk loader should be right here, which it is. Okay, perfect. So if I put another chunk loader here, it should load everything in between this one and that one, and we should be good. And then we're just gonna have to keep grid patterning these chunk loaders so that way we can load our entire colony and our entire base. There we go. I got it in the floor a little bit, right on the edge of this chunk, so it should still count for the whole thing. But it's actually in the center of all my walkways, so that's pretty nice. Maybe I can kind of decorate around it, make it sort of a thing in the base, you know? Alright, let's move on to the next section. Okay, next loader should go here. I'm just gonna, I don't know, put it right here. So that should cover, yeah, all of this. Oops, scratch that. Goes right here. And then we count 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and 4th one here. Shoot, it's going to be right by a building. Let's put it outside of this building here. So I need to be right here. Okay, so now here's where I kind of ran into a problem. So we've got our next chunk loader here. I put it outside of the building and outside of the farm, so hopefully that's fine. Our last one is right up here, right there. Now for our next one, let's see, this one's range only goes 1, 2, 3. Okay. Which means half of this building is loaded. I could put another one which puts us 1, 2, 3 on the 4th right here, which that should load the buildings, but it's also going to load all the way out here. 1, 2, 3. Right here. And we don't need to load all this junk out here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of the smaller chunk loaders. Maybe the little mini chunk loader, the 3x3 one. What's it called? The basic chunk loader. So the basic chunk loader does 3. So 1, 2. So if I put it right here, it should load 1 chunk this way and 1 chunk this way. And I think that'll be fine. Yeah, that should be fine. So 1 chunk this way, and I could put the next one right here. Okay, yeah, so we're going to have to craft up a bunch of those mini chunk loaders and put them just kind of on the edge here, just so we're not loading a bunch of useless stuff. Well, I went ahead and did all the chunk loaders. Actually, we had just enough of the big ones, the ultimate chunk loaders. Okay, I think I got it. The whole colony should be loaded and the whole base should be loaded. So you can see all this green. We got 403 chunks that are loaded all the time. So it doesn't matter whether we are here in the overworld or the nether or across the map, it's always going to be loaded. So you can see there's one right there. I've got another one there. Let me turn off these bounding boxes. Okay. Got another one there. Another one there. And then, of course, I've got the black ones here. So there's one here. Those have to be a lot closer together. One right there. One there. One there. Yeah, they're everywhere. So, okay. With that, I am pretty content. Pretty content that the colony's loaded. My base is loaded. Things in the colony can get done while I'm working in the base. Things in the base can get done while I'm working in the colony. Okie dokie. Now since we got the colony dealt with and all the loading stuff dealt with, we can come back into the factory and do some work here. Now if you notice, there is now 2 sand makers. I decided to go ahead and make another sand module just because we're going to be using a lot of sand and I don't want to run out too quickly. Kind of like the same thing we had with the gravel situation. We had to put a second module just because we were running out too quickly. But yeah, I'm happy we got 2 now. So now since this one's filling up, I will probably add a line going from this module to this module just to make sure that they're both completely full, just like we did with the gravel. Where is it? Right there. So see, you could see some gravels going from this module over to that module. Just to make sure the first one in the line fills up before the second one fills up. Now, what can we do with sand? Well, turns out we can do quite a lot with it. So over here on JEI, I can just click on sand. If you right click, it'll tell you what you can do with that item. So let's see, we've got obviously all of our crafting recipes, yada, yada, yada. Now bulk blasting. So we can blast it to turn it into glass. That's pretty obvious. We could haunt it to turn it into soul sand, which is actually more useful than you think. And we can wash it to turn it into clay balls. So I think the first thing we're going to work on is the clay balls. That's something that could easily be done. And we also get clay as a byproduct from grinding down gravel into sand. So whenever we make the sand, let's see, whenever we grind down gravel, there's a 5% chance of getting clay. So it would be wise for us to make a clay storage and factory right here. So I can take the byproducts from this module and the byproducts from this module and send it over into the clay producer over here. Now, getting started with this, I'm going to do my basic here and do a stupid amount of storage. There we go. Bam, 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 bam. You know what? No. I take all that back. I'm going to do this an easier way. I'm not going to sit here and keep building the same modules over and over again. Basically what I got to do is redo the module that washes the gravel. And yeah, just make the same thing over here, change some filters, and there you go. It'll run just the same. So what I can do over here is, let's see, where is it? Yeah, the nugget module. I can just take a scan of this. I went ahead and got the schematic and quill, and we're going to take a quick scan of this and use the schematic cannon to actually place it in the world for us. So one thing I dislike doing is the same thing over and over again in Minecraft. You know, I don't like the tedious type of stuff. And, oh man, this is going to be hard. I'm going to have to put a block up here. Okay, there we go. That should be everything. I'm going to leave out stuff like that. Yeah, that can be left out for now. That's basically the entire module copied here. Okay. Okay, we should have it saved. Now, all we need to do is pop an empty schematic in. There it is, wash module. And set it right there. Okay, looks pretty good. Make sure that we're not conflicting with anything. Nope, we're good. There we go. Got our cannon ready. Got a bunch of items in here. Just a backpack with some basic items. I think we're ready. Oh, we need some gunpowder. There we are, and we are all set, and go. There we go. Just makes life a little bit easier than having to do, you know, the same thing over and over again, building the same modules. At least this way, we can focus on other things. Oh, are we done already? All done. Oh, I think that glitched out a little bit. Let's put that back in. Ooh, that's a little glitchy. Okay. There we go. Okay, that's just about done. Alright, now I think what we need to do is we need to connect our two sand makers here and get them to, well, we just need to get them to transfer sand from this module to this module just so we can fill up one at a time. Set that. Should be good. We just need to send power all the way over here, which is fine. I also want to set another conveyor belt here. You know what? I'm thinking what we can do. Actually, I'm going to change this to transfer clay balls. So any clay balls that get produced from this sand maker will get put into this sand maker, and that'll get it a little bit closer to our clay ball maker. Okay, and then let's belt that. There we go. Clay balls produced here will go over here. Good. Now what I'm going to want to do is get a gearbox put in right here so we can reverse our spin. Belt this up. We can get funnel here. I'm going to set this for, well, let's put another funnel here. And we're going to set this for sand only. There we go. Okay. So clay balls from this will move here. Sand from this will move here. Okay, looks like this one's already full. Perfect. Okay, that's looking good. Now coming over here, we're going to set this for clay balls as well. There. Okay. And there. Perfect. Any clay balls that are produced from either of these machines will get put into the clay storage over here. Okay, I think that's good. Now the only thing we need left is a way to get rid of the flint. So both of these things are going to be producing flint. I actually deleted the flint filter over there. So we need to, yeah, we need a way to get rid of flint. I'll just set a couple funnels here, and those will just be set to flint. Yeah, it's kind of a low-tech solution to it, but oh well, we'll just toss them all on the ground. And still, I need to get some netherrack down there to burn that. Okay, flint's been taken care of, sand's been taken care of, and clay balls have been taken care of. Okay, we are all set. Now let's set our filters over here so that way we can actually start making sand. So now the byproducts are not going to be enough for the amount of clay that we're going to need. So I'm going to actually make clay as well out of sand, right? Got that labeled so we can see. I titled it Clay B for balls. So 4%, we may need to turn the clay balls into blocks eventually, but for now it's just going to be Clay B. Well, that's cool. The filters transferred over too. I'm going to need to change that up or else it's going to mess things up over there. Yeah, I never knew the schematic cannon will move filter settings over as well. Okay, we're going to set this for clay ball, clay ball. This is going to be set for sand for clay balls. Okay. Before we forget, I need to get this fan running. Set this. Oh. There we go. Get a couple of these in place. Nope. And there we go. Items should move. Oh, downward. That's not good. Ah, shoot. I need to reverse that one more time, I think. Okay, there we go. I just took power off this belt, gearbox, and then I put a couple of these chain drives right there, and now we're going upwards. Okay, yeah, sometimes you'll have to play around with things. Okay, item filter has been updated. There we go. Oh, I need to put some water up here. Oh, and we need to get a new filter up here. There we go. We're going to let out 32 at a time. Set this one. Got to squeeze in a little wireless redstone link here. We're going to set that for clay ball, clay ball. Okay, now our new clay module needs to get sand from somewhere, so we're going to grab it from the first sand machine over here. Get everything over here belted up. There and there. Redstone link. We are going to request sand for clay balls. Okay, and set that to receiver mode. Should be all good. Brass funnel, letting out the sand. And should be picking it up over here. Let's see if it's... Yeah, spitting it out in the back. Washing it. Oh, we still... Oh, wait. We need to turn that off. Turn it off, turn it off, turn it off, turn it off. Oh, come on. There we go. I forgot the water. Oh, looks like the clay balls are going up, so it looks like we are working. That's good. Our item vault's just about full up here, so that should actually shut off the sand. There we go. And the sand is stopped. Okay. Perfect. Everything's working out. So as long as this machine shuts off once it reaches 99%, we should be all good. Which I've got my filter here set for clay ball, and then I should have a filter up here. Yeah, that's set for clay ball on receiver. And that should lock up this funnel. Okay, yeah, just the same as the other one over there. So that's good. Okay, the next thing we could work on while we wait for the clay balls to... Okay, so the next thing that we're going to work on while we wait for the clay balls to fill up, let's see what we got here. Sand, what else can we do with sand? We could haunt it and we can blast it. I think we're going to work on blasting next. So, that will give me all the glass that I need, really. Glass isn't going to be used really too much else in the factory, maybe a little bit. So I'm not going to do a massive storage for it. Let's see. Yeah, I'll do something like that. Okay, not too much storage. I don't need that much storage. It's fine. But you know what? Let's go ahead and make the machine. The machine's going to need a few things. It's basically going to be like the washer up there, except down here, and it's going to feed straight into this thing here. All right, I'm going to have to put my fan here because I got to reverse the rotation. Okay, that's fine. That means my lava's gonna go right here. That means I can put a sign right here and then drop items down there. So I need to take items... Oh, that's doable. That's super doable. Let's go like this. There we go. Yeah. And then let's grab one of these. Drop items down there. And pick items up there. Okay. Yeah, that works. That works. Alright, let's sign that up and put a little lava in here, courtesy of our infinite lava farm from an earlier episode. That should be good. Now, remember, don't walk in here. I mean, the washer, it's fine if you get washed, but the lava, you know, it's going to set you on fire. So, okay, I think all that's done. Okay, now we can work on things like telling it to turn on and off. So let's get our threshold switches in. Threshold it up right there and right there. Gonna need some wireless redstone there and there. As well as up here to shut that off when it's done. Ready, let's set some filters. We're gonna do sand for glass over here. We'll do glass here, and then we'll do glass up here and set this one to receiver mode. That should be all set. Thresholds here, let's go to, I don't know, 80%. Threshold down here, let's set that for 99%. We need to set this up here, set this to receiver mode for sand for glass. Right there. And brass funnel. Okay, we're going. We're live. And we're taking it in. And it's pooping it out the back. And I need to set this thing to spin around to receive the glass. That should be good. Okay, while that's running, let's go ahead and put our sign up here so we can see how much we're getting. Got that. I need to get this set up there. Put that there. And we're going to put down glass. There we go. 1%. 2%. Ooh, 3%. This thing's moving fast. I mean, it eats up a lot of sand really quickly, so... And it's a very, very small item vault. Yeah, that thing is moving super fast. Now, I made the storage really small, but I have room to scoot this whole thing over. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I could probably scoot it over 4 blocks and still be good. So if I really wanted to, I can double up this storage. But yeah, I'm not going to need that much glass, and as you can see, glass is made so incredibly fast. So I don't really think it's going to be necessary. Honestly, I'll probably leave it as is for as long as possible, just so we don't diminish our sand supply too quickly. Now, I figure this farm is exactly the same as this farm, but the only difference is there's water here versus lava. So this is basically 2 styles of doing the same exact thing right here. I could have done this and elevated it, but since I didn't need that much glass, I couldn't really justify having that many item vaults for just glass. So what I want to do next is basically send this over here and use it as our haunter. So we still have all the stuff in here. Let's double check. So what I'm going to do next is build the haunter, which is, yeah, it's going to use the same style as that because I can use extra storage for this one. All right, let's see. 1, 2, and there. Okay, that should be all set. And kaboom. There we go. Good, good. And there we go. I had to fix that block there by deleting that whole front part and put it back in. Oh, and the top glitches out too. Hold on, let me go up there and fix that. Okay, instead of a bucket of water, we're going to go down 1 layer and put our soul fire there. That should be all set. Okay, we're going to set a filter over here to only accept soul sand. And then this one can only drop sand. Okay. And then up here we'll do soul sand for soul sand, still on receiver mode. And then we are going to have to set this one to be sand for soul sand. Okay. Moving down here, we've got, this one's going to be set for soul sand, soul sand. Okay, that should be good. All right, set this up. Let's only take in sand with that. Set that inwards. Okay, let's get this thing powered up. Put that there. Okay. And now we need to get the fan going. There we go. They move upward now. Okay. I think we got it. Okie dokie. Oh, I just moved that wireless signal. Can't forget to put this back. There we go. There and there. Okay. That should be all set. Let's just set our thresholds and we should be good to start releasing sand. Alright, let's go over here to the first sand one. Okay, this one. And we're going to set this to release sand for our soul sand maker. So right here, we're going to do sand for soul sand. Set to receiver mode. And put that funnel there. Okay, there we go. Yeah, now it's releasing double the amount of sand. Some of it's getting sucked up by the clay ball, some of it's getting sucked up by the glass, and now finally it's getting sucked up by the soul sand maker. Okay, let's keep an eye on this thing and make sure it's working right. Oh no, I set that wrong. The campfire needs to be up 1 block. Oh shoot, 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 shoot. There we go. Okay, now it's haunting. Okay, I always forget that you're supposed to set that a little higher. Okay, that should be good. That's all haunting. I'm going to set this. Is this at 32? I know. Ooh, it's getting dark and spooky. I can't see. There's too much smoke. Yeah, we're set at 32. Okay, that should be good. While that's producing, let's go ahead and get our signs up. Ooh, we're full of sand. Okay, soul sand is increasing. Already at 6%. Okay, that should really start to eat up a lot of our sand supply, which is exactly why we built the other sand module. So yeah, that's dwindling and it's just pumping sand out. Man. 8%. Yeah, it's working just fine. Alrighty. Perfect. Oh, and our glass is already at 99%. So that is done. That's shut off. We are all good. Clay balls is still going up. We're at 44%. Okay, happy with that. Alright, we got 3 more items that the factory's producing, which means we need to give them all buttons here so that way they are on demand with our system here. Okay, so give those buttons. Now I'm going to represent the clay balls by the clay block, which is kind of an unfortunate, but you know what, I think it's fine just because we're probably not going to produce blocks and distribute them. We'll probably use blocks for other purposes. So yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I know what it means. Alright, set these up there and set these up here. Okay, we're going to set up glass. We're going to set up clay balls and soul sand. So we've got soul sand to the storage system, clay balls to the storage system, and glass to the storage system. Okay, set. Now let's go set them over at the modules. Okay, I'm going to do iron just to make sure we didn't screw anything up. So let's do iron, glass, clay, and soul sand. Let's see if it released all of that. Got some iron, got some clay, got some soul sand. Okay, good. Wait. Did I see glass? I don't think I saw glass. Click that again. Oh, okay. Glass can't transmit a redstone signal. That kind of ruins my plans here. Darn it. Okay, is there a sort of glass that I can use that will transmit a redstone signal? Huh. Alright, well, it's working now. Got lots of glass coming through. Yeah, so I had to just put on a piece of deep slate there. I'm just going to put the glass above it, call that a day. And yeah, we'll have to figure out something else to do there. Probably, I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. So, but at least glass is working now. Alrighty, anyway, I think that's going to do it for today's episode. Got a few more modules done in the factory, and it's really starting to come together now. I mean, look at this thing. It's pumping, it's producing, and it's all hooked up to our storage system. I'm loving it. Loving how it's turning out. Not to mention, while we've been over here, our colonists have still been working. So, since we got all the chunk loaders operational, everything should be operating over there as if we were there, you know? So, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you have, please leave a like and subscribe. And I hope to see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching.